Hello, I am Molly Juno, and this is my crafty corner, and this is take 2. I was recording, it stopped about 10 minutes in, and I didn't realize it, and about 20 minutes later, I realized it wasn't recording, so everything I was saying, nobody heard. Technology. Okay, so let's try this again. Today is Sunday the 27th. This is my Stitch With Me. I believe, and I've already forgot, this should be Stitch With Me number 38? No, 39. $38. I don't remember doing a Stitch With Me last week. It says I did, but I didn't do a Stitch With Me. I don't know, maybe I forgot to edit. I edited my title wrong because I do not remember doing a Stitch With Me at the end of the video last week, especially since it's only a 17-minute video. So it is floss tube number 38. As you can tell, or Stitch With Me number 38. As you can tell, I forgot this part of my spill in the first part that didn't record all the way. So I am working on a Quaker sampler. It is a restart because I've decided I did not like, I can't, didn't really like the way the stitching was coming on the 40 count linen that I was doing. I was doing it 1/110. I don't have a problem with the fabric itself, but I've made an error in here somewhere and I cannot find where it's at, and I'm not liking the way some of the tent stitch looks. I like the way a lot of them look, but I was just like, no, I can't do it. So I've decided that I took the fabric that I was using for my Harmony project that I did, the Haid, that I decided that I wouldn't be completing, that I was going to basically UFO it. I took what was left of that fabric and restarted this project. I tried doing it like my multi-cat that I'm doing it on 18 count 1/1 full cross. I tried that on this one and I didn't like it at all. So I took out the 100 or so stitches that I had put in, and I'm now doing 2/1 full cross, and I'm liking it a lot. I'm really enjoying this so far. Let's see. Well, one good thing about having to redo the video, we now have a Simon sleeping in the background. I always like the way he sleeps during the day. He almost always has his head up in some way or form. When he gets into a deeper sleep, he'll, normally lay all the way down, but he tends to sleep a good chunk of the time with his head kind of raised. Where Aries, when she sleeps, she almost always sleeps with like curled up into herself. She very rarely sleeps in that, I don't know, I call it the lion stage. Like he's like posed like a lion. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to have a hard time remembering if I've already talked about this or not. All right, let's see here. When I finish this particular thread, we will be switching to another area, at least for a little bit. All right, Is that right? Yes. Changing directions of the way we're going, so that's why this thread's almost done though. Let's see. So, let's see. What kind of week did I have? I had a very in a normal week. Nothing extreme, nothing crazy. Work was steady as normal. Got new people starting, so we've been doing training for the new hires. We will be going into the office for about 2 days in 2 weeks. I think I've been to the office maybe 4 times since 2020. Well, I would say 5 times because I started working from home in 2019 and I was in the office in February in 2020. We were supposed to have another in office in March, but they ended up canceling and everybody ended up going work from home at that point in time. Because I was lucky enough, I got to work from home before everybody else. A few individuals were allowed to work from home. It was you earned the right to work from home, basically. I ended up being able to work from home. I had my car break down and I couldn't make it to work, so, and it was going to cost like $600-700 to fix it, and I was like, I have no way of getting that taken care of in a week's time. So for about 2, almost 3 weeks, I worked from home. And this was before I was hired in full-time. And then once I got hired in full-time, about, let's see, I got hired in, and about 2 weeks after, I had to stay home for a few days due to the car incident. Am I in the right spot? No. Uh-oh. Don't do that. They told me that as soon as I signed my hire-in paperwork, that I could start working from home, unless they were having VIPs walk the office. So that was pretty cool. And then in March of 2020, everybody ended up working from home. And they've only call a few people back into the office. Most everybody is able to work from home, like, unless they're struggling. If they're struggling, something's not right here. Excuse me, sorry. Alright, so I'm here. That is there. That is here. Don't do that. That is here. Supposed to be 4 here, but I'm not. What is going on here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. I see what I did. It's frog time! Alright, give me just a second here. I don't want to mess up. A lot of times, some of the times when I try to frog, I grab the thread and destroy it. I really don't want to do that. I like trying to keep the threads so that I can stitch them back instead of having to pull off an end. Unfortunately, my allergies are trying to kick in. Alright, let's see. So what was I talking about? Going work from home. That's right. Bring up some more water bottles. They're almost all gone. They're in the door.
How many?
Bring up 4 or 5. Sorry. Daughter come to steal one of my water bottles. So I had to make sure she replaces them. Because I get tired of replacing them. Because they come grab them, but they never fill it back up. Is this where I messed up? Nope, I need to go up one more. This is where it was messed up at. This row right here. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Thank you. Just trying to get stuck here. All right. So yeah, since I do better when I work from home, like making tickets and stuff, when I'm in the office, I'm always curious, like I'm always trying to double, like I'm not very confident that I did the ticket right. So while I was sitting right there and everybody was around me, it's like, hey, can you double check? You know, this is right? You know, just verifying that I was doing everything right. Working from home, it's a lot harder just to get somebody to verify. So I just started going ahead and, you know, taking the plunge, thinking, you know, being like, okay, I believe I've got this right. Let's just send it up. So, and I've really enjoyed working from home. I'm really not sure if I would do very well working in the office again. There we go. Because it's like, it's a whole different thing working from home compared to working in the office. A lot more relaxed at home than in the office. Like if you're not on a call or something like that, it's not as stressful, because in the office you want to, you know, try to seem like you're staying busy doing something even if there's nothing to do. Here I've got my cross stitch stand and I can just kind of throw a few stitches in with no worries, you know. So I will be looking into trying to figure out which project I will be taking with me to work. We don't have a lot of free time, but I do want to take something with me, just like for breaks and lunch and stuff like that. as it's definitely enjoy taking my cross stitch with me. Okay. Now this is looking correct. Yay. Simon's trying to leave the room. The door is kind of shut a little bit, so he's maneuvering it open. Oh. So, yeah. Let's see. That's about all I've got there. I know I was talking about other things while I was working before the video cut off, because I had about 20 minutes of jabber in. I don't know. Don't know what I was talking about. I know I talked about the work, and I talked about fabric. Dang you. There we go. We're gonna finish this row and then just end this thread. It's dying. Bad. Sorry for my hand getting in the way. But yeah. Let's see. I have a dentist appointment on the 4th next week. It's been about 3 years since I've been to the dentist. It's been over that since I've actually had my teeth cleaned, because the last dentist I went to, they didn't clean my teeth because they were trying to schedule a deep clean session for me, because basically they need to clean up underneath my gums, because I've got bacteria in there that it's eating away at the roots of my teeth. And then I've got real bad plaque buildup on my teeth. But at the time, this was back late 2019, early 2020. So I was waiting for tax money to come in so that I could pay for the dental. So then everything happened with the pandemic and everything like that. And I just recently reached out to get seen by the dentist again. I actually have dental insurance now. I didn't then. So, because when I found out I was going to have extensive dental work, I decided to go ahead and take, when the dental plan was offered to me, because I didn't get hired till the end of 2018. So when I got on insurance, I made sure to sign up dental insurance. And I signed up for the more expensive dental plan that they offer, because I know I'm going to have a good chunk of dental debt, I guess. I don't know. Work needs to be done. So there's 1, there's 2. We are on 3. One thing about doing 2/2 it is easy to start because you can just start with the loop method. As you noticed, I ended with the loop method as well, and a pen stitch underneath the X that I did the loop thread with. There we go. I am really enjoying that where you put a pin stitch underneath the thread or underneath your X. I have been enjoying that on 90% of my patterns nowadays. I have no new starts planned right now. I'm going to try to focus on what I currently have going. But we all know how that goes. Your plan's not to start anything compared to running across something going, I really want to do that. Or just finally looking at one of your patterns going, I really, really want to do that. I have a few of my Hades that I would really, like, I want to do them. But I kind of want to make more progress on the ones that I'm currently working on. I'm afraid if I get too many projects, they'll go to the wayside. They won't get stitched. Like, I already feel bad because I've, you know, I've UFO'd one or abandoned one. Like, I'm never going to do it again. I've done cut it off the fabric. Well, it's not that I'm never going to do it again. I'm not going to do it on the count that it was on. I am planning to restart that one, especially since I have all the thread for it. Because I didn't get very far into it, so most of the thread that I have, I still, you know, I won't need to replace any of it because I was only 3% into the project, I believe. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Great. Now we're gonna go here. So I was only like 3% into the project for the harmony. So now for that one, I've just got to decide what I want to do with it. Is it one that I want to do full cross or tent stitch? Unfortunately, like, I am leaning more towards tent stitch, 32 count, because I am really enjoying my 32 count tent stitch. But I'm thinking I might not do parking with it. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking I might not do parking with it, the parking method, as I'm doing most of my other stuff. I am really sorry. Let me take a drink. Okay. I'm thinking of doing, with that one, I might do more of a, kind of like what the Stitchy Witch is doing. More of a short version of country cross stitch, kind of like what I used to do when I first started stitching. I would just work in a, like, area and then proceed from there. I don't know, I'm not gonna plan to work in any kind of diagonal, maybe columns. Maybe I'll work in columns on it because it does seem like the colors kind of flow in a certain area for that pattern. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see whenever I finally get the fabric. Because I only like full cross on 25 count for full coverage. If I do tint, it's got to be at least 28 count up to 32 count is my preferred. Somebody mentioned they do 36 count for theirs, which is intriguing. I'm very, like, I might try a 36 count, but I'm afraid, you know, it might be a little rough on the eyes. 32 count, I actually can stitch on it without needing any kind of magnifier glass or anything like that. So, except for like the 32 count linen, I do need a magnifier glass for the 32 count linen. But for the regular 32 count Lugana, or Easy Guide, Easy Grid, I do not. I have found I work better with Easy Grid. But I've got one of my patterns that I'm thinking of doing on a different background. How did I always hate when these get so off whack of thread sizes. Move over a little bit. See if I can. No, I can't get the right angle. All right. So another thing I've been thinking of is I watch a lot of Stitch with Me's and floss tubes and stuff like that. And the question I have is when you are, what is your dominant hand that you leave on top of the pattern? Like for me, I can stitch with either hand. Like I can have my left hand on top, my right hand underneath. I can have my right hand on top and my left hand underneath. A lot of times it depends on how I'm sitting, on which way works best. I will say that, like, sitting here in my chair to stitch, having my right hand underneath and my left hand on top, I stitch the fastest. If I stitch with my left hand underneath and my right hand on top, I tend to fight with finding the holes a little, so it's a little slower process for me. But I'm just trying, when I sit in the chair downstairs, I don't normally have as much trouble fighting the holes. I don't know if it's just because of the way I'm sitting, because it depends on like where I'm working on the pattern, on how I end up holding it to me, because there are just times where I can't sit at a certain angle and get my right hand in the right spot. So my right hand is normally on top and my left is underneath, and I stitch fine with no issues. Maybe the fact that sitting down, my left hand is more stable, or my right hand is, my left hand underneath is stable because it's normally like my arm is resting on something. Maybe that's why I can stitch a little better sitting in my chair with my left hand underneath. But basically what I wanted to know is, if you're right-handed, is it normally your right hand on top or your left hand on top? Which dominant hand, where's your dominant hand located at when you're stitching? That is my curiosity at the moment. Because I am left-handed, but I am also considered slightly ambidextrous, because I am the only left-hander in my family. Everybody else is right-handed. My mom said she tried to teach me right-handed, but I threw the pencil at her face. Every time she gave me the pencil and put it in my right hand, I threw it. So, yeah. But as I've grown up, I've realized having access to do things with my right hand is good, because I remember in school we had a kid who broke, well, one of the kids had both wrists broke, or both arms. I don't know if it was the wrist or arm. I just know he had dual cast. He has cast on both arms. And then another kid had an issue with his main dominant hand and he couldn't write. So I started teaching myself to write with my offhand. It is not very neat. It is not very fast. But if I have to write with my right hand, it is legible. But being that I was in a left-handed family, when I wanted to learn things, right-handed family, sorry. When I wanted to learn how to do certain things, I was taught the right-handed way. So like cross stitch, I stitch holding it the right-handed way, not cross stitch, crochet, sorry. My mom crocheted and she taught me to crochet, but I hold it the right-hander way with my right hand. My left hand is my feeder. My right hand is the one that does the crochet knots or circles or whatever the heck they're called. So I'm just kind of curious on what is considered, if there is a what is blah 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 words. I'm just curious on if they have anything that is considered set left-hander stitching type stuff, you know. All right. So, unfortunately, this video is going to be on the short side, and I just pushed the fabric right on out of the way. Alright, so this is going to be the end. This is only about a 30-minute video, but with me losing about 30 minutes worth of work due to the video not recording. Yeah. Okay, give me just a minute here. I need to mark off what I've done. There we go. Now we go. All right. So, yeah. So that is the end of my words. That is the end of my video for today. I appreciate everybody coming in. If you feel like it, you know, please respond in the comments on what I was like, if your dominant left is, like, if you're right-handed, is it on top or underneath? I'd love to know. I'm just curious. Because with me, I do a lot of things, even though I'm left-handed, I do a lot of things that is right-handed because of, being raised in it. It's, weird. So at the moment, I'm just rambling. So I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great week. And I will be posting another video around Wednesday. Later.